At HFF, we believe that your first mission field is in your home. And so the next couple of weeks, we're going to be looking at how parents can seize the opportunity to raise healthy, thriving believers in Jesus first in their home, and then it bleeds over into the larger community.
Welcome to the HHP Podcast. My name is Chris Frankie, and I am the senior pastor of HFF.church in Oklahoma City. Join me and others from around the country as we talk all things Bible, church, and family. We may be right, we may be heretical, but that's for you to decide. Drop a like, a share, a comment, subscribe, and let's get to it.
Today, I want to look at shepherding and stewarding your children. Children thrive off structure and stability. But a lot of times we're looking for systems to put into place that will control behavior. And we don't want to control behavior. We want to train the heart. And so today we're going to look at a couple of different areas. One, first and foremost, structure will build the frame, but love creates the foundation. We see this as a biblical principle in the teachings of Jesus. In Proverbs 24:3, it actually says, by wisdom a house is built, and through understanding it is established. The goal in training up a child is always to do things from love, to help them train their mind and their heart how to engage in appropriate behavior so that they become well-established adults. A lot of times we see people go to super extremes in their parenting style. We have the free range, the feral parenting where the kids just do whatever and they're kind of left to their own devices, which isn't healthy. And then the super strict, almost abusive, whether it's not necessarily physical abuse, but it could be emotional, mental abuse as well. Neither helps train a child in their heart through love. Love gives warmth, and structure will give shape. When both are present, children grow to be secure and confident. Without love, the order in the structure feels cold. Without order, love feels unstable. God designed our homes to reflect His character and His nature. Both are full of truth and grace. Love without structure can breed chaos, and structure without love will breed fear. The goal is not for your children to fear you, but to fear God. So we have to keep our daily routines infused with warmth, with grace, with love. This can be done in numerous different ways. Something as simple as a prayer at the start of the day before they start their school, and a blessing before they close their eyes and go to bed. You know, I've heard it said so many times in counseling for married couples that you don't want to go to bed angry with each other. Well, think of that last moment before your child goes to sleep. You don't want your child to go to bed angry at you either. And you don't want your child to go to bed hurting as well. So you can cause yourself to reflect by asking yourself a simple question. Does my home feel both peaceful and predictable? Predictable comes from having a good structure, good routines, chores, prayer time. We have times when we eat. If we don't have those simple things, then it's chaotic. Kids never know when they're going to eat, and so they want to snack all day. They never know when they're supposed to do their homework or school time or the chores or keeping their rooms clean. But you can't have a military style. It has to be structured, predictable, and peaceful. Consistent routines can create emotional safety. In 1 Corinthians 14:40, Paul writes to Corinth, let all things be done decently and in order. Children feel loved when life feels steady. You're discipling your children in either steadiness or chaoticness. If there's chaos in your schedules, in your rules, or your reaction to what happens can be highs and lows, this breeds insecurity. Simple rhythms, shared meals, bedtime prayers, weekly times of rest, These types of traditions and habits teach them that God's peace is reliable. And predictability gives children confidence to explore and trust. We need this as adults. We don't like chaos. So how much more do we need to help our children grow up in that atmosphere? One thing you can do is that you can set 2 to 3 non-negotiable family rhythms, and you can keep them sacred. It could be the Sabbath day. It could be, times of prayer. It could be activities you do. And ask yourself, do these routines bring calm, or do they contribute to the chaos and the stress? Calm authority mirrors God's character. In Psalms 103:8, the Lord is compassionate and gracious, slow to anger, and abounding in love. This is how we should lead as parents. The authority you have should not come with chaos. Authority without calmness creates fear. Calmness without authority creates disorder. And children watch how we respond under pressure to learn how they should handle their own emotions and the pressures that they feel. Children do feel pressure. It's just a different type of pressure than adults do. And when you correct a child with gentleness and firmness, you teach them that love is stronger than the emotional anger that can come. Your parental tone shapes a child's view of God's heart, especially as believers. If you profess to love God and then you interact with your children in some other way, then you are projecting to them at an early age that this is who God is. So pause before you react. Pause before you discipline. Pray before you raise your voice. You can take simple, deep breaths. You can pull yourself from the situation and ask yourself, what does my tone teach my children about God's patience? Because in the end, we are mirroring God. Over the next couple of weeks, we're going to go through some more things on how we can be God, His character, His nature, and His image bearers. We are not God, but we are to reflect God in our homes and to our children, not reflect the God that we know doesn't exist.
If this podcast has blessed you, please consider supporting by visiting our website and making a donation. For more resources, blogs, podcasts, please visit us at HFF.church. Looking for a church home? Join us for Saturday Church in OKC every Saturday morning, starting at 10:30.